Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most accurate, funniest, and/or entertaining parodies of singers on SNL. Number 20, Cecily Strong as Alanis Morisette. For this star-studded compilation, the SNL cast and host Jimmy Fallon bring out their best impressions.
It's the best time of the year.
This includes Cecily Strong's impersonation of 1990s star Alanis Morisette. With long hair and a fresh take on Hand in My Pocket, the performer nails the artist's overall vibe.
He's fat, but he's happy. He's old, but he's kind.
It also helps that Strong can hold her own as a confident and effective singer. Pairing her up with John Milheiser's parody of Billie Joe Armstrong, this funny scene gives us all pure nostalgia for another era of rock. The comedian's expert delivery and the Santa-infused lyrics only enhance the experience. Number 19, James Austin Johnson as JayZ.
This is JayZ, and he's downstairs.
With his successful takes on the likes of Donald Trump,
We've been waiting a very long time for that Negroni.
James Austin Johnson stands out among a talented cast at SNL. This segment gives him a chance to show off a few unexpected impersonations.
This is Batman, we're reading Where's Waldo. Yeah.
Where is he?
His take on JayZ might surprise some, but it's also super hilarious.
How would you play JayZ?
Oh, he'd be downstairs. We don't see him because he's downstairs.
He even plays into the fact that he could play the rapper off-screen. Self-aware and completely absurd, this impression is a completely new take on the performer. Johnson finds a way to get laughs by only saying Beyonce's name.
Beyonce!
Showing that he's a versatile comedian, the cast member shines in an unlikely spin on a hip-hop legend.
Beyonce! Beyonce!
Number 18, Dana Carvey as Bob Dylan.
Welcome, Bob.
For this Weekend Update segment, Dennis Miller introduces Dana Carvey's Bob Dylan. This version of the music legend speaks in funny gibberish.
Listen, I need some help interpreting this part. Let's get one of the Wilburys out here. Petty?
Miller even has to interpret for Dylan as the sketch continues. With the inclusion of David Spade as Tom Petty, this goofy take on rock icons keeps the laughs coming.
No, Sandler. I've never done. Still so fast.
Carvey's accent and vocal impersonation exaggerate the actual man's voice in a hilarious way. This skit trades accuracy for a free-spirited silliness that makes the whole premise that much funnier. Playing off of Spade, the lead impressionist doesn't need English to command the screen.
She's a good girl. She loves her mama, but Jesus in America too. 'Cause I'm free falling.
Number 17, Will Ferrell as Robert Goulet.
Red ships of Spain.
The voice is back.
Channeling the crooner, Will Ferrell plays Robert Goulet as a self-serious caricature.
Hoist the mainsail and scuttle the jib.
This sketch puts the singer and his brothers in a production entitled Red Ships of Spain.
Red ships of Spain.
It's a great excuse for Ferrell to sing and overact as Goulet, making this double as a critique of all washed-up performers. The comedian also plays his target opposite his daughter in one of many hilarious moments.
Oh, Captain, how I hunger for your lines.
While this impersonation might seem dated to younger viewers, it works without having to know anything about the original guy. The lead performer does a fantastic job with an impression perfect for his comedic sensibilities.
That's it, show's over!
Number 16, Adam Sandler as Axel Rose. In this parody of We Are the World, the cast comes together to make fun of all kinds of singers.
There needs to be some changes made.
This includes Adam Sandler's inspired take on the Guns N' Roses frontman. The comedian has a believable outfit, but his vocal impression really captures the artist's unique style. Sandler stands out amongst strong work from Chris Farley as Carney Wilson and especially Mike Myers' goofy Mick Jagger.
That was waiting here for you.
Coming back later, the Happy Gilmore star rises to the high notes of Rose's famous range. You might not think of him as an impressionist, but this performer shows off here with a few well-placed notes. Number 15, Melissa Villaseñor as Lady Gaga. When this comedian joins Weekend Update, she does it dressed like Lady Gaga.
Here we go.
This segment is supposed to be about the Oscars, but Melissa Villaseñor uses it as an opportunity to do a fun Gaga impersonation.
Hold on one second, Melissa, are you dressed up as Lady Gaga?
What? No, I just wore this for all my Melissa monsters out there.
She even has a funny back and forth with host Colin Jost about her intentions.
How dare you? I'm not doing an impression, I'm Melissa.
All of this sets up her cover of Shallow, the latter of which features some impressive vocals from Villaseñor.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world?
Kyle Mooney then joins her with his own entertaining Bradley Cooper impression.
In the
Ultimately, this whole skit gives the talented performer a chance to deliver a climactic finish. Number 14, Jimmy Fallon as Mick Jagger.
Come on, Mick, come on, you can do this, right?
When Mick Jagger stops by his dressing room, he consults his reflection for some advice.
Here we are, Saturday Night Live.
The latter is played by Jimmy Fallon in an entertaining performance. The impression captures the general tone of the singer's voice, but really excels because of the comedian's energetic take.
Yeah, what was pointing fingers? You know, like that. Like, I'm pointing my fingers and I'm pointing my fingers pointing at you. That's right.
Jagger even appears to crack as he plays opposite the SNL cast member. From arguments to compliments, this whole conversation captures the full range of the frontman's emotions. It's also a plus to see the actual vocalist poke fun at himself.
Now, why don't you just put me in a bloody time capsule in 1969? I mean, you think you said the pointing fingers was style? I mean, that's completely style.
Fallon flails around in a comedic scene that's both fantastical and hilarious.
Pointing at you.
Number 13, Gilda Radner as Patti Smith.
Mick Jagger, if you're out there, this is for you.
Under the name Candy Slice, Gilda Radner takes aim at punk rocker Patti Smith.
They've been looking for you. Everybody's dying to meet you.
This funny skit introduces the fictional artist as a chaotic personality that can't be tamed. Stumbling around in her entrance, Radner's interpretation takes a swipe at hard-partying singers. She isn't afraid to be herself or burp in people's faces during a dedicated piece of comedic acting. The character might not be a carbon copy of Smith, but it does play up the rock star stereotypes in a hilarious performance.
Take my wife and all that shtick. Make me down just to meet ya.
Radner also sings her heart out in an intense song featuring all of the 1970s punk ethos she can muster.
Rock me and roll me till I'm sick.
Number 12, Tarankilum as Eminem. Assembling for a special single about Valentine's Day, Lil Wayne and Eminem join Weekend Update to talk about their collaboration.
So there's nothing offensive in this song?
I mean, tell them like this, man. If there was, we took it out.
Tarankilum plays the latter rapper as a more pensive and non-verbal communicator. After Jay Pharoah does a verse as Wayne, Killam gets ready to complete his amazing transformation into Marshall Mathers.
I'd love to. Hit it.
Happy Valentine, you don't need to be an Einstein to see.
This includes a stunning performance that includes all the vocal intensity of the Detroit MC's best bars. It's even funnier that it all comes after a huge build-up, with the cast member waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. The performer doesn't hold back, and even throws in a funny surprise at the end. Number 11, John Belushi as Joe Cocker.
What would you do if I sang had to?
Among his funniest impressions, John Belushi totally became Joe Cocker on Saturday Night Live.
Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song.
He portrayed the soul singer in a pristine vocal impersonation. There's also his amazing moves, finding a way to embody the spirit of Cocker with every step.
Oh, baby, I'll get
The real singer actually joined Belushi for a one-of-a-kind performance in the second season. Seeing the two men on stage together, we can appreciate the comedian's work even more. The comedy legend turned these wild moments into something all his own.
Oh, you should be.
Combining the Woodstock performer's signature sounds and move, the cast member left a huge mark on early SNL history. Number 10, Kristen Wiig as Liza Minnelli. In a hysterical season 17 sketch entitled Liza Minnelli Tries to Turn Off a Lamp, Kristen Wiig captures all the physical flair of the famous subject. Paired with host Jonah Hill, Wiig locks into Liza Minnelli's quirky vocal tone.
I just need to find the clicker or the switch that turns this whole cool thing down!
Complemented by some serious jazz hands and body distortions. She is constantly in motion, tapping into Liza's commanding stage presence and slightly anxious demeanor. With the constant smile and physical theatrics, Wiig's characterization couldn't be more spot on.
Oh, here it is! I found the cord! I just have to pull it out of the wall!
It's truly an astute parody that captures everything Liza.
This has been Liza Minnelli Tries to Turn Off a Lamp.
Number 9, Vanessa Bayer as Miley Cyrus.
Hello, it's Molly, y'all!
In only her second SNL episode, Vanessa Bayer unveiled her bubbly Miley Cyrus impression.
Heading up the Miley Cyrus band over here, we got my dad, Billy Ray Cyrus!
Miley, you are an absolute sunshine.
And with this parody, Vanessa's not only got the southern twang down, but also the lovable perma-grin from Miley's Disney days.
I don't know if y'all saw, but there's a study that only 5% of French people go to the gym. So I thought that was pretty funny because 5%, that's a pretty small number of people going to the gym.
Of course, when Bayer later performed it when her subject hosted the show, and Miley showed up as Justin Bieber, the meta parody became even more effective.
Justin, what have you been up to lately?
You know, I'm just chilling right now. Wink.
With the comedian and singer placed side by side. While vocal tone is crucial for this parody, Vanessa also nails young Miley's rambling ways, and her more innocent and exuberant persona from way back when.
So I guess that's pretty cool.
Number 8, Maya Rudolph as Beyonce.
Did somebody say my name?
Over the years, this parody evolved into a classic SNL bit, so much so that it made a season 39 cold open.
Queen Bang. Bang. Bang.
As the daughter of the late Minnie Riperton, Maya Rudolph was blessed with a natural singing talent. Yet this parody is more about Beyonce's stoic presence than anything else. With a hand on the hip and some faux wind, Maya locks into the cool and collected Beyonce vibe.
No. So if you think I condone this invasion of privacy, then you must not know about me, you must not know about me.
Which allows her to be a little silly with the vocalizations. Most of all, it's about the confidence, regardless of what's actually being said. And so, with such physical command, Maya's scripted and improvised lines take it to the next level.
There's two more things we like to say as a family. 1, surfboard. And 2, live from New York.
Number 7. Anna Gasteyer as Celine Dion.
I would like to say, Joya Hanukkah. Not bad, eh? Huh?
After the massive success of Titanic and Celine Dion's iconic love song My Heart Will Go On, Anna Gasteyer capitalized with a truly exaggerated parody. Her performance on The Celine Dion Show touches on the artist's always surprised yet confident demeanor.
My life is better than I ever imagined it would be. For sure better than yours anyway, eh?
The accent is key, of course.
Oh, thank you so much.
But Gasteyer succeeds by capturing Celine's phrasing, making each word and movement absolutely epic.
Okay, my first guest, much like me, is also a fabulous singer. Please welcome the very beautiful Mariah Carey.
It began as a timely comedic bit and evolved into a recurring sketch for the SNL veteran. All in all, it's a parody that touches on Celine's likability while highlighting her somewhat affected ways.
Goodbye, au revoir.
Number 6. Kate McKinnon as Justin Bieber.
But I know adventures, and I want you to come with me on the next one, girl.
With a ripe for parody Calvin Klein ad as fodder, Kate McKinnon barely has to speak a word to crush this impression.
I'm a big boy now.
With the facial expressions alone speaking volumes. Of course, the fact that it's a gender-bending characterization does up the hilarity factor.
This tattoo made me say owie.
With Justin's soft-spoken ways and supreme posturing, the poses mean everything for this parody. There's a rhythm to the way McKinnon mimics the pop star's move that's full of the kind of contrived masculinity and childish behavior you'd expect from a young pop star. Plus, it helps that McKinnon actually kinda looks like Bieber.
Believe it, baby.
Number 5. Fred Armisen as Prince.
I see presents being opened round the tree. I see Lisa got a pair of neon skates.
Over the years, the famously eccentric Prince was a frequent SNL guest, and on numerous occasions, the multi-talented Fred Armisen has immersed himself in the Prince persona, communicating all the little nuances that made the artist so captivating.
Prince, hello?
Prince does not want to shake hands. He wants to pretend you are a mirror.
There's the voice, of course, and Armisen does nail that aspect of the impression. But it's the nonverbal behavior, the eyes, the ego, the posturing, that transcends usual parodies.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to get through this thing called my talk show.
Armisen is an SNL performer that often went over the top with impressions, as evidenced by his more chaotic yet memorable parody of Radiohead's Tom York. But with Prince, he keeps it tight, focused, and hilarious. Number 4. Phil Hartman as Frank Sinatra.
Oh, freaking baby!
Let's swing, baby!
In the early 90s, Old Blue Eyes was far past his prime, yet he remained a relevant figure in pop culture. And so, this Phil Hartman bit pinpoints Frank Sinatra's old-school style as he chastises numerous musicians while offering a few backhanded compliments as well.
Stevie, what the hell are we beating around the bush for? This is 1982. Let's get right to the point, huh? Here, take it from the tops.
It's a remarkable parody for the look and vocal similarities. Plus, it captures Sinatra's no-nonsense demeanor as evidenced by his rather blunt language.
And look! I got some moose shoe pork out of it.
While some younger performers on the Sinatra group tap into early 90s trends, only a seasoned veteran like Hartman could truly perfect an older Sinatra impression, expanding on the original Joe Piscopo performance.
That was groovy thinking, Lincoln, when you set them free.
Number 3. Jimmy Fallon as Barry Gibb. Whereas some SNL parodies are more subdued and nuanced, this classic Jimmy Fallon bit hilariously overemphasizes the sounds and movements of the most famous Bee Gee, one Barry Gibb.
This is my show, and it's a no-nonsense show.
It's a recurring sketch, and one that benefits from Justin Timberlake's appearance.
I'm your brother. We both grew tiny babies together.
But it's Fallon's frenetic energy that stands out most, as this is most definitely a disco-era parody.
And I want to talk to you.
Like many Fallon impressions, it's loose and reminds us that it's live TV, with Jimmy pushing and pushing until someone cracks up. Pop stars often come across as pretentious and self-involved, and this parody allows Fallon to channel his inner rock star.
Take a selfie with your skeleton, a selfie with your skeleton.
Number 2, Jay Pharoah as Kanye West.
My genius fiance's body is back to a size I deem acceptable.
During his first season on SNL, Jay Pharoah produced one of the most stunning impressions, and one that would become a trademark.
All them other dears lame and you know it now. When gay claws hold you down, your courage fan.
Given Pharoah's vast array of remarkable impressions, it's no surprise that he perfectly mimics Kanye West's hyper-pomposity.
No, it's Ray. I knew you remembered!
On his own, Pharoah kills it with this parody, but he really shines when paired with another performer.
You ride a donkey, I drive Mercedes. Jesus, I'm so much better than you.
There's a subtle reference to Yeezy's physical mannerisms, but it's mostly about the rhythmic vocalizations and knowing when to extend certain words. Of course, there are the Kanye catchphrases too.
Remind you of anyone? His name rhymes with Jesus.
And Pharoah's hilarious ability to demonstrate how Yeezy can be a bit dramatic.
Let's do it, band! Come, they told me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Eddie Murphy as Stevie Wonder.
My shady amor.
It's one thing to look and sound like a parody subject, but it's another to perfect their actual singing voice. In the early 80s, Eddie Murphy transformed from an unknown teenager into a pop culture superstar.
That's the worst Stevie Wonder impression I've ever seen in my life.
In large part thanks to his celebrity parody sketches. With the Stevie Wonder characterization, young Eddie holds his own on the SNL stage, showcasing a raw comedic skill set that would later help him transition into cinema.
You're the only girl my heart beats for. How could you were
Much like he did with his also iconic James Brown parody, Eddie combines improv, rehearsal, and natural talent to sell the bit and keep us laughing.
That's the worst Stevie Wonder impression I've ever seen in my life.
What's the matter with it?
Did we forget one of your favorite SNL singer parodies? Let us know in the comments.
I'm so disorganized.
Most people wouldn't take off the sunglasses. Hey!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.